and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I am going to be doing a third trimester Q&A. So as you guys know, I'm now in my third trimester. I'm currently 37 weeks and 6 days while filming this video, so I'm getting very close to my due date now. So I decided I was gonna answer a couple of questions because I haven't done a Q&A in a long time, and I've seen a couple people do these videos where they just answer questions about like how their pregnancy has been for them and how they're feeling like towards the end of the pregnancy and being in the third trimester, because it can be very tiring and other people might want to hear like other people's experiences. So I thought it would be a good video to do. So I've put out some questions and I'm just going to be answering some random ones, just ones that I feel like I want to answer. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it and subscribe to my channel because I upload every single Saturday. But yeah, so let's just get on with the Q&A. I'm joined by Dylan today because he wanted to be in the video, so he's just going to be here the whole time. He's currently cleaning because that's literally all cats do. Also, I hope you like my Valentine's nails. I sort of had to get short ones now because, you know, mum vibes. But they're really nice. They're just pink with some red hearts. So I thought I would start off by answering this question. It's just, how are you finding this trimester? So obviously this is the third, which is also the last trimester of your pregnancy. So yeah, there's definitely like downs and ups to it. I would say it's definitely easier than the first and second in some ways. In some ways it's easier, in some ways it's harder, mainly because you're starting to get like a lot heavier. So one thing I have found is I do get really extra like exhausted when I'm like walking in far places, which I don't do a lot, but when I do I get really extra like, oh, this feels really like heavy and annoying. So in that way it's quite a lot, but other than that it's honestly much better than the first trimester because you don't really have the sickness symptoms anymore or things like that. But I have had some other symptoms, like such as swollen ankles. So I've always had very slim ankles, so I noticed it straight away. Like when I take my socks off, they sort of are like puffy and they're like really weird shapes, which is like fluid in your legs, which I've heard is really common. So that's one symptom I've got. I mean, it doesn't really bother me, but yeah, so there's like ups and downs to it. But overall I would say it is quite an easy one. It's just quite a long one too because it's like the last part and you're just sort of waiting like to go into labour. So it's like good and then it's not good, but I definitely prefer it to the first and to the second. So the next question is, how big is little Bubba now? So I actually did go for a scan the other day. I was 36 weeks. I wasn't 36 weeks exactly, I was like plus a few days, but it was like a 36-week growth scan and the baby was weighing £6.11, which I was actually really happy about because I looked at like the averages and it's slightly a little bit bigger than average. You know, like every baby can be different, but I was quite happy about that because at the previous scan before that he was measuring a little bit lower than he should have been. So he's definitely caught up now, and he was weighing £6.11. I'm sure he's put on a little bit more weight now because they do put on weight very quickly, like especially in the last trimester. So yeah, but that was how much he was weighing, and it just makes it like much more realistic when you hear how much, because like I know so many babies that have been born like that weight and like lower than that weight, so like he must look like a proper baby now. It's hard to imagine it, but like because like obviously when they're born they look like a real baby, but you can't imagine it until they come out. So yeah, if you get what I mean. It's just, I just find it quite hard to imagine that there's an actual baby like that looks like a real baby. Like I still picture it to look like how it did when I was like 10 weeks, and I find it really hard to picture it as a real baby. So until I actually have him, I feel like I won't be able to picture it. But when you hear things like the weight, it makes it like more realistic. So it was really like weird and like good to hear at the same time. So someone asked, are you going to be showing baby's face? So this is quite a popular question. I feel like a lot of people that are on YouTube or that are on like social media and are having a baby, this is like something that you could like it's a very like personal choice. So personally for me, I don't want to show my baby's face at first when he's born until I feel ready to. Maybe in a couple months after he's born I will feel like I'm ready, but it honestly is down to me completely. Whenever I want to, it's completely my decision, as I'm sure a lot of people will understand. But at first, no, I'm not going to be showing the face. I will definitely show him in a video, but I won't be like purposely trying to show his face, if you get what I mean. So yeah, that's just sort of how I personally feel about it, and as I said, it is everyone's choice, depending on how they feel. So next question is, have you had any intense baby movements? And then there was another one that was, do you feel the baby move? Which are like both similar questions. So yes, definitely very intense movements. That is very spot on. By the end, it almost is not like at the start. You don't really feel like little kicks or like see little kicks anymore, but you can like see your actual stomach just like move into different positions. It's really weird. It honestly looks like an alien. Like, it's crazy because obviously it's a baby, but you can't see it from the outside, so your stomach will just like move to one way. Like, I can feel that part is like so hard right now, and sometimes it will like stick out. I don't know if you can see, it's sort of like it's sticking out a bit at the edge. So yeah, as I was saying, the movements have definitely got very stronger now. They've changed. I did also hear that they will get less because the baby has less room to move, but personally I still feel very, very strong movements, which I'm super happy about because it shows a healthy baby and that the baby is active, which I'm very glad about. So yes, I definitely do feel movement all the time. It's literally moving right now. I can feel it right now. It's crazy. He must hear me talking about him. So next question is, have you chosen your pram set yet? So yes, I do have my pram and my car seat. It came in one set. So I went with the qanda Stomp. But hang on, let me get the actual name because I literally just want the actual name. That literally took me about sorry guys, I have COVID. That literally took me about 5 minutes just to find out what the name is, but I wanted to get the exact name. So it is the Stomp Volume 3 all-in-one travel system pram with Isofix base, just so you know. So yes, the Isofix base is just the part that goes in the car to put the car seat on, never mind. So yes, so that's the buggy that I decided to choose. That's the buggy I decided to choose. I had a really hard time with choosing a buggy. Not that it's a really hard thing to choose, but like, I'm very indecisive when it comes to making decisions, and I did like a couple. Like, I liked the Egg, I liked Eye Candy, but for some reason that Ickle Bubble one, I saw it from the start, and my auntie Lydia like recommended it to me because she said she knew a lot of people that had babies that she knew liked it. So I looked at it and then I decided I just really liked it. I liked how it looked, I liked the design. It's quite cute and compact. It's quite small. I'm quite small myself, so I feel like it will be good for me to push around because I'm quite short, and I just thought it was really cute. I'll put a little picture of it here just so you can see what it looks like. I got the grey one because I thought grey is a good colour, like especially for a boy, but I also wanted neutral. They had like a beige one that I really liked, but for some reason I just felt like grey was more of a boy colour. My boyfriend agreed with me too. He was the one that said that it was more of a boy colour. So yeah, I decided to go with that one. I'm really happy with it and I have it set up and I just keep looking at it and I can't wait till I can actually push a baby around in it. So that is the buggy that I chose. So this question is quite similar to one I already answered, but I thought like I would get in more in depth. So it's, what are the signs and symptoms of this trimester? So definitely, like one of them I said was the swollen like legs / ankles. I would definitely say it's more of my calves than my ankles, but it's making my ankles look weird too because my calves are so much bigger. And oh, that's what I get to calf. So I got a really bad cramp in my leg the other day when I woke up, which is also a symptom I found out of the 3rd trimester. I sort of knew about it, but I wasn't expecting it. I literally opened my eyes from waking up. I stretched my leg out just to stretch my leg, and my leg cramped like the back of my calf, and I can't even remember the pain. I can't explain it to you, but if you've ever had a cramp, you know what I'm talking about. And my leg was just locked and I was screaming. I called my mum. I was like, Mum, I don't know what to do. I can't move my leg. I was crying. Like, it was so bad. It lasted for like 5 minutes. I'm sure it's nothing compared to labour, but it was very painful and my leg was just locked, and it's still aching now from like 2 days ago, my muscle, from the cramp, because I don't think I dealt with it properly. But I don't know how you deal with a cramp properly, but I know there is a way to like straighten your foot out or something. You're meant to stretch it, but I clearly didn't know how to. That is a symptom apparently. So I got a cramp in my leg. I sometimes feel quite dizzy, and I've heard it's because you're like, let me just get it up because I don't want to be wrong. It's because your body has an increase in blood volume, so it creates extra work from your heart, so I think that can make you feel dizzy. And I also heard it's something about, that's what it said online, and I also heard it was something about the way your uterus is like pushing onto something, like it just creates the effect of feeling dizzy or just makes you feel dizzy. So yeah, I do get that sometimes, especially when I wake up in the morning and I sit up, I sort of feel like falling to one side. So that's one symptom that I've got. Other than that, I can't really say I've had anything else than just genuinely feeling quite like, you know, when is this gonna hurry up and happen? Because it is a very long thing. Like, pregnancy is a really long thing, and I didn't fully realise that until I was pregnant myself. But like, for anyone that wants to know, like if you're planning on being pregnant or you just found out, it is a very long thing. It's definitely worth it in the end, because you're gonna get to have the baby that you've been carrying for so long. I still haven't had that yet, but it's a very long thing and it is quite draining sometimes, but like I said, it is probably definitely worth it. So yeah, so this lady said, I'm 38 weeks pregnant and I'm super struggling to sleep. How are you dealing with sleep? So we're both at the like pretty much exact same points in our pregnancy, so I feel you. I understand how you feel. Yes, definitely. It is hard to sleep sometimes. It's very uncomfortable. You have to be careful also, because you can't sleep on your back and you're meant to sleep on your left side. Like, you can sleep on your right side as well, but it's better to sleep on your left side. I'm not fully sure why, but I just know. So yeah, I completely understand you. It is very uncomfortable, but we're almost there, so soon we'll get to sleep how we like again. Personally, I love sleeping on my front, which I haven't been able to do in the longest time, so that's something I'm really looking forward to. But yes, I understand how you feel. So this question is slightly similar to like what I was talking about not long ago, how it's quite a long thing. It says, does your pregnancy feel slow or fast? So it does feel so slow. I can't even tell you. Like, it's not that long, because when I think back to when I was first pregnant and like what I was doing and like where I was and like things that were happening, it doesn't feel that long ago, but like it does feel long ago, and it's so long. And at this point, like, I only have like 2 weeks left and a bit now, but it really is such a long thing, and it took me like a long time to realise that, but it really is draining and it's such a long thing. So I thought this question was really cute. I'm guessing it's coming from someone who might be pregnant themselves, so I thought I'd reply. It says, when does the butterflies turn into feeling physical movement and kicks? So obviously, if you know, when you're first pregnant, the first tiny little flutters that you feel in your stomach sort of feel like butterflies inside of your belly. So I completely get what you mean. For me personally, it changed into more of like actual kicks, I would say around maybe 20 weeks. I could say 18, but properly maybe around 20 weeks. So yeah, I would say once you're around 20 weeks you can distinguish like that they're like actual kicks. So if you're close to 20 weeks, then get excited, because you will be feeling it soon, and trust me, you will be feeling it a lot. Well, I did anyway. So someone said, belly button popped yet? So no, my belly button actually has never popped. I don't know if it still has time to. I only have like 2-3 weeks left, 4 weeks at the most. So no, my belly button actually didn't pop. It definitely looks way different from what it did before I was pregnant, obviously because my belly's stretched, but it hasn't actually popped. It hasn't come out at all. It's still in there. It's very close to coming out, but I just don't think it's going to. But I really thought it would, and I have been waiting. Not that like I'm upset that it hasn't, but like I wouldn't mind if it did, but no, it actually hasn't popped at the moment. Don't know if I've still got time. Let me know in the comments. So this question is, does the nausea continue? So for me personally, it did continue for quite a while. Like, it was very random. So at the start, I had the nausea really bad in the first trimester. I never actually was sick until my second trimester. And when I was, it was only really mainly when I was brushing my teeth, because it like sort of makes it happen more. I was sick like a couple times by myself, but not that much. It was just more of a nausea feeling, if that's what you mean, or sick, whatever you mean. So for me, it did continue, not every single day constantly. I know for some people it does, and for those people I feel for you, because it's horrible feeling sick. But personally for me, it did like stop pretty much in the middle of the second trimester, like completely. But there was random days where it would like come back and I'd be like, oh, I literally feel disgusting all of a sudden. So it's very random. It could stop completely, it could come back random days, or it could like never go away. It's honestly different for everyone else. You won't know until you're pregnant yourself, or if you're pregnant now, you won't know until your pregnancy, you know, gets further along. So yeah, everyone's different. So I thought I'd make this one of the last questions, because I don't really ever talk about this kinds of stuff. But it says, how are you feeling mentally? Honestly, not too good sometimes. I'm not really sure if it's to do with the pregnancy or just myself. I've always struggled with mental problems. I just don't really talk about it on my channel. It's not something I feel like I would like discuss yet, but maybe one day I will get more into it and into the things that I struggle with in my mind. But I do feel like maybe since I've been pregnant, I do have some days where I feel more down, and then it sort of brings on more of my mental struggles that I deal with. Anyway, I currently actually do go to counselling every week to do with some problems that I have. Like I said, when I'm ready to talk about my problems, I would love to share them with you, because I feel like a lot of people probably could be going through similar things. But yeah, if I ever decide to talk about it, you will see it in a video of what I do deal with. So yeah, but honestly, I'm really looking forward to just having the baby now, and I do feel like, personally, knowing myself and how I am, I feel like it will be a very great distraction for me once the baby comes along, and I'm hoping that it will help with my mental health. So thank you for asking how I am. So last of all, it wasn't really a question, a couple of people put it, but it was just bump date. So, you know, just showing off how big the belly is now. So like I said, I am 37 plus 6 today, so 38 weeks tomorrow. This is currently what my stomach looks like. I honestly feel like my belly has dropped a lot within like the last day or two, which I do know can be a sign of labour, so hopefully, because I really want it to happen. This is what my stomach looks like currently. As you can see, it's dropped if I sort of pull my top down. Honestly, I feel like it doesn't look that big in this outfit. I'm trying to like show you more. Yeah, so that's what it looks like currently. It is pretty low down. It's very hard. I can sort of rest my hands here, sort of like a table. The baby is head down now and engaged also. I found out at my last scan, which I was super happy about, because I did say in one of my previous videos that the baby was breech. It come back to normal, and then when I went to one of my other appointments, they said that they think he was breech again. So they sent me for, I was having a scan already, but they still wanted me to go for it anyway, like to see if the baby was breech. And when I went there at my 36-week scan, he was head down and engaged, which is great. So engaged obviously means that, like, you know, they're getting ready to come, so that's really exciting. So maybe that's why my belly's a little bit lower. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed hearing how I've been feeling in my third trimester. I hope it helped answer some of your questions, and I hope you could relate to some of them if you're going through pregnancy as well, or if you was just interested. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because I do upload every single Saturday. And also comment down below any video idea suggestions or any videos that you'd like me to do in the future, because it's always nice to have ideas. But thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!